Today, we talk about...
So, welcome back, episode. I don't know what the fuck. That's like my new intro, I guess.
Cool.
We are back with another special guest. I called him Brody Stevens. His real name is Brody. Is it Stanford?
Yeah, like the school.
Every time I say it out loud, I have to remind myself, is it not Sanford? No, it's Stanford, right? Okay.
No.
And fellow comedian out here in Iowa.
Yeah.
He is on Instagram at Brody F. Stevens, as well as Twitter.
Stanford.
Wow, what the fuck am I doing, bro?
No,
God
okay.
damn it.
It's okay. There's been a lot of comedians.
R.I.P. Brody
that,
Stevens.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, sorry. Brody F. Stevens on Instagram, Twitter, and you mentioned a show that you're also doing?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a show. It's just more my friend. He's trying to build up his We're going to turn it into a show.
Okay.
But, he's building up his video, his filmmaking portfolio.
So is this all on YouTube?
It's going to be on Vimeo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be on Vimeo. It's on Instagram right now to start out.
Oh, okay. Where is it on Instagram?
His handle is Season of Mills.
Okay.
SZN of Mills.
Got it.
MILLS.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toss that into the description, dear editor. Thank you. I got a bunch of editors now helping me do this, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I heard you can just like toss it to somebody in like in a video editor, and
it's very helpful.
For like $20.
Very helpful. Oh, I wish $20, but no, it's worth every penny.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so welcome in. I know you from the Iowa scene of comedy. You also manage the local comedy club, Penguins, right?
I don't anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No, I used to. But I found a real job. And, now I'm just the house MC there. I'm the house comic.
Got it.
Penguins Comedy Club.
So I wanted to start off asking you about that, but also actually let me go back even further, like your comedy come up story. Like when did you start? What inspired you? Where did you start? All those kinds of things.
Yeah, I started. I went to college here in Cedar Rapids,
right.
like right up the road at Co College.
Speaking of which, we found out we're in the same fraternity.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Hells yeah, dude.
Go.
But no, I went to college at Co. I was in a fraternity, so I had to find a way to pay for it.
Right.
So I walked around to like all the bars in like downtown Cedar Rapids area and applied at every single one of them to be a bartender.
Okay.
I had zero bartending experience, and I will 100% admit that I lied at every single one of these bars. They asked like, "Oh, do you have any serving bartending experience?"
Actually, yeah, because what are they going to do? Call the other bars and be like, "Hey, how's this kid?"
Well, that's how references work. But
I know, but for bartenders, do they really do that? I can't imagine bars calling other bars, but hey, how's this bartender? Is he a piece of shit or what?
Yeah.
You know?
No, I definitely lied. I had an experience as a busboy at an Italian restaurant in my hometown, and then I eventually got hired at Penguins.
And where's hometown? Is it not Cedar Rapids?
No, I'm from Grinnell.
From Grinnell,
Iowa.
okay.
Yeah, Grinnell, Iowa. Tiny town of like 9,000 people.
Okay, so you just came out here for college?
Yeah, I came out here to play soccer at Co.
Oh, really? You played soccer? You look like a soccer player.
Yeah, I kicked some balls.
Nice.
Yeah. But no, I got hired at Penguins, and then I was there for like a year.
As a bartender?
I started out as a server.
Okay.
And then they're like, yeah, this guy sucks at serving.
Interesting.
I was not good at it at all. So they moved me behind the bar.
Interesting.
And that's how I started bartending there. That was like 5 years ago, I think.
Okay.
And then about like a year and a half in, I was 20. I was about to turn 21 at the time. I decided, hey, I'm just going to go up and do an open mic.
Because you were seeing it happen every week.
Yeah. Every Wednesday I would bartend for all the open mics, and
and you're just like, fuck these fucks. Let me do this. Right?
I was not good. I was
well, no one's good when they first start.
No,
right?
yeah. So. I went up the very first time.
Some of us still aren't good. Am I right?
Yeah. No, I hopped up on stage. I thought I had like 6 minutes rehearsed. I got on and got off in 2.5 minutes.
Damn, son. Where'd you find this?
Just rushed through all the material. I was nervous as fuck.
Classic.
I went up 2 weeks after that, and then they didn't have a host for the weekend. Like, they couldn't find a host for the weekend, and they were like, "You've done it a couple times."
Interesting.
It's like, yeah, I've literally done it a couple times,
wow.
like 2-3 times.
That's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who the comedian was, but they were really good. I was not. I was not at all. So, yeah, I just got thrown in,
That's insane. So how do you go from all that to then becoming the manager there?
Just kept bartending. There was another manager. So when
I guess the manager has nothing to do with being a comedian. It's just you need a club manager, right? Okay, okay.
I mean, a big part of it was also kind of like setting up the open mics and shit like that. But like that's just because I was a comedian too.
Right.
No, I don't know. I didn't fuck up. That's how I became the manager. Really.
Other than serving, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Other than serving, yeah, I never served again. After that first couple of weeks, they're like, "Yeah, no, just get behind the bar."
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like it'd be tough to manage, but whatever.
Yeah.
How long did you manage total? Roughly, a couple years.
I was like assistant manager for about 6 months, and then I quit Penguins for a year.
Okay.
To focus on school.
Got it.
Because school's important. I had like 4 jobs at that time, and I was on the soccer team, and I was in a fraternity. I was just really involved in shit.
Is it D3?
Yeah, D3.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, D3. But yeah, no, I quit for a year, and then came back, and I was assistant manager again for another 6 months, and then. The guy that was managing at that time got fired, and then I became manager for like
slipped right in.
Yeah,
got it. Cool, man. Yeah, so that's how I met you. That was the context I met you in when I got out here I got out here literally a year ago yesterday. Yesterday was July 1st.
No shit, really.
And my first day on the job, I believe, was July 1st, if I'm not mistaken. So it might have been July 2nd.
2018. Shit.
Yeah, so I've literally been here now a year.
Happy year anniversary.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
But actually, my first ever comedy club I ever went to was Penguins.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah.
And yeah, it was crazy because I was like, I'd never been to a comedy club ever in my life. I'd only seen it on TV, and I just happened to I was like looking for a place to go, and just popped up. Hey, Wednesday nights we have a open mic for free show. Yeah. I saw it as a show, and it said. What it said? It said, oh yeah, the location. I'm like, holy shit, this is literally across the street from my hotel.
Yeah,
so this is amazing.
Definitely,
and I had a blast. And then I was like, shit, man, let me start talking to you guys. And then slowly but surely got the confidence to get up there. And then I didn't get up there until November.
I remember a mutual friend that, Marissa, she introduced you to me the very first night. You're like, yeah, this is my first time at a comedy club. I remember that.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. All right. I don't even remember her doing that.
Yeah. I just remember talking to you the very first night at a comedy club, which was,
dude.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah. So that's almost a year ago now. That was back in September, I think, was the first time I heard about that. It might have been August, actually. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Maybe September. It doesn't matter.
Sometime around that time.
Sometime, yeah. So it's been a wild ride. Here we are. Now we're doing a podcast.
Yeah,
with the lovely Quaker Oats mill in the background here.
Making crunch berries in the back.
Dude, that shit smells amazing sometimes.
It does. Yeah. No, I remember when I played soccer. We had when we first started the season, we always had the 2-a-days, and our first practice was at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and they were making oatmeal at 5 or 6 in the morning before any of us had breakfast, and it made us so hungry, we could hardly get through practice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What time were you practicing?
We would practice 6 in the morning.
Jesus Christ, man!
As our first practice, and then our second practice was 1 in the afternoon.
Ugh, so weird, man. I got recruited to play tennis at a D3 school, and I hated tennis. First of all, I love how I hated it, but it was the sport I was the best at. Soccer I loved, but I was okay at it. And then football, I wanted to be good, but I sucked. I was just a kicker, and then they kicked me off of that. Get it? Because kick, hey yo. And then what was the other thing I tried? Of course, I wanted to do basketball, but I was an absolute ass at it. I was still shooting like this.
Oh wow!
Going into medical school,
chest passing into the backboard.
Literally all through medical school, I was still shooting like this.
I could never get into basketball because I was too short in high school. I was when I graduated high school, I was 5'8".
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was short.
Interesting.
Yep. When I got into high school, I was 4'11".
Damn.
Yeah, freshman year. I was
then you had your growth spurt during
pounds.
College?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I got to where I'm at, I think, sophomore year of college.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I was always wondering, who goes to Co? If you have University of Iowa literally a half hour away, why would you go to Co? You obviously had the soccer thing, but for general people you meet there.
It's the number 2 college in Iowa.
After University of Iowa, I'm guessing?
After Grinnell College.
Huh. Yeah. Where you're from?
Yeah. Grinnell
why
it's been called the Harvard of the Midwest.
Harvard of the Midwest.
Yeah, because what was it? The guy that invented the silicone microchip is from there. Kamal Nanjiani, the comedian, he's from there.
Interesting.
He's not from there. He went to school there.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
A bunch of other Herbie Hancock, the jazz musician. There's a lot of really famous alumni.
Interesting. I've never heard of Grinnell College.
Yeah. It's a really good. There's a lot of drug problems that end up coming out of there. But yeah,
well, that's usually how it goes, right?
Yeah,
And
all that potential that potential.
So then what's University of Iowa's reputation then? Because obviously everyone out like me being outside of Iowa, all we hear about is University of Iowa, but that's in the context of the Hawkeyes and sports. You obviously don't hear about it academically.
The Carver College of Medicine is one of the top ranked medical schools.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. But also, like, what's the reputation of Iowa or University of Iowa? Just this is the sports college
party of school.
Okay, that's what I figured, because there was literally our state schools, State University of New York at Albany. Was ranked #1 party school in the country.
No, you went to sometime.
No, I didn't, but like it was in my hometown.
My brother worked there for a year.
Oh no shit! Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because I was just like, okay, yeah, I could see that. Because
fucking hated it. He said Albany was the most boring town he'd ever lived in.
Yeah, dude, it's not a great college town at all.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I was always thinking, like, why would people go to Co if there's University of Iowa right there?
Yeah, smaller campus, better academics.
So more academically driven. Got it. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
There's some crazy statistics from that school. I worked in admissions as one of my internships, so that's why the only reason I know this shit. But like last 35 years, everybody that graduated with a physics degree from Co that went to grad school, 100% for the last 35 years got a full ride. So like. They have some pretty great, like, there's a lot more statistics like that, but like, yeah, no, there's this phrase that people always say, which is, if you can't go to college, go to Co.
If you can't go to college, why?
Well, it actually started when after World War II, when they would offer free tuition to veterans. So if you couldn't go to college, you went to Co.
Meaning, if you can't afford to go to college, go to Co.
And now they're like, oh, everybody that goes to Co is fucking dumb.
Got
they do have a high acceptance rate, but they also have a high dropout rate too. So like the only people that,
because it's academically driven.
Hard.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking hard.
Dude, I remember in college, because my college was a pretty heavy duty tech school, one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
Like our notable alumni, it's RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Yeah.
No one outside of New York really knows about it. Even within New York, everyone's like, oh, Rochester.
I've never heard of it before. Yeah.
But it's got a lot of famous alumni. The inventor of the Brooklyn Bridge, not inventor, Jesus Christ, the builder.
Yeah, architect.
The architect, and the Roebling, and the inventor of the Ferris wheel, a bunch of famous NASA people that I clearly don't know, so how famous are they really, am I right?
Yeah. Well, NASA people still fucking impressive. I mean.
Yeah, no, they have a great track record with scientists, engineers, etc. It is an engineering school, but I only went there because I got a direct admission into medical school through them, and my dad went to school there, and I grew up on that campus, so I was like, bro, this is like...
When you have alumni relatives, it's it helps.
Plus, well, it didn't matter for their standpoint because, first of all, I was academically pretty solid in high school.
Obviously, you're a fucking doctor.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, getting into RPI wasn't the hard part. It was getting into the medical school. So once the medical school accepted me, then
Did you go to NYU?
Albany Medical College, gotcha. So... And the other reason I chose RPI is because they had a accelerated track, so it's 3 years of college, 4 years of med school instead of 4 years and 4 years. So I saved a year, so I was even younger. Yeah. I had a patient today, as usual, just like, you seem so young for a doctor. I'm like, no shit. Yeah. So I mean, I shouldn't say no shit. How does she know?
Yeah, you're the Mideast Doogie Howser.
I don't know about the Mideast, but there's a bunch of us. I think I heard some dude, because I showed up to medical school at age 24.
Yeah.
The average age of matriculation, the average age you come in at is 26. Or I'm sorry, I came into med school at 21, finished at 24. I graduated at 24.
Shit.
I became a doctor at the age of 24. And the average person comes into medical school at 26. And it's probably even higher now.
Comes in at 26?
Comes in at 26. Wow, and I left at 24.
Well, I would assume, they're going to like get masters and stuff to like build
other things, because like they didn't directly get into medical school, let alone like save a year in college. So that was kind of nice. Although it kind of was miserable too, because like you're hanging out with fucking grown-ups. Yeah. And you're just like, where's the party? Because I'm thinking it's senior year of college, but nope.
No, it's people that are,
Yeah, and I had no I had no appreciation for fucking like school or learning, I should say, because everything had been easy up to that point. So I was just like, all right, let me just phone it in again, but can't do that. Yeah. And you kind of have to give a shit to like be good at it.
Yeah.
So, or do well.
With comedy. Yeah. You have to give a shit to be good at it.
Exactly. So that's been a great gear change for me, the whole comedy thing. But honestly, I sort of still approach it like a doctor. Like I'm looking for patterns. I'm looking for like an algorithm to hack, not hack, but like hone in on and perfect, like, you know, work on and shit.
Find certain styles that you're able to not necessarily emulate, but like draw influence from.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And yeah, man, it's been a wild ride. Especially, I've been telling a bunch of people this in New York, but yeah, I mean, it's so crazy coming here and going back, coming here and going back. Like, it's one thing if like you're an open micer starting out there, or an open micer starting out here, and this is all you know, and then this is all you grow in or don't grow in. But for me, it's like such a wild fucking difference between the two.
Well, yeah, with like, that's the thing is like when people move away from here and go to like a bigger city where there's a actual comedy scene, you can tell the difference when they come back. Like if they come back for a show or something, like there's a couple of my friends moved to Chicago for comedy, and they're hitting 2-3 mics a night.
Yep.
As opposed to here where you can hit 2-3 mics a week.
Yep.
Like it's day and night.
Yep.
You know, they come back like a month later and they're light years ahead of where they were.
Yeah, people tell me that every time I come back. Be like, "Oh, dude, you got better." I was like,
"Yeah, it's because you're actually getting stage time. The more stage time you can get, the better you're gonna be."
Yeah.